So the Jews believe in reincarnation. And 50 years after Sabbatai Zevi's death, okay, a new person named Jacob Frank will emerge and consider himself the reincarnation of Sabbatai Zevi. Okay, so he's born into a Sabbatean family. He's born into a family that follows the teachings of Sabbatai Zevi, even though Sabbatai Zevi is considered heresy, even though he's considered an enemy of the rabbis. He's born into this family, and he will start to extend and systemize the teachings of Sabbatai Zevi. And he'll become very successful, okay? He will have a lot of followers, but much more importantly, he will become friends with European nobility, the royal families of Austria and Russia. His followers will become prominent members of the European nobility. They'll become very important intellectuals, and they will become very important bankers. And what I will show you is they've really gone on to conquer the world. And so the question for us is, how did he do that? How did he inspire his followers to go conquer the world? And he did so by presenting a new philosophy, a new religion, okay, that goes against the Jewish religion. It's not Judaism, okay? He doesn't consider himself a Jew. In fact, he hates Jews. So his new religion, called Sabbatean Frankism, goes against the Jewish faith, okay? And it is a faith based on success. And his argument is this: Jesus came to our world to teach us that the world is a corpse, right? The material world doesn't matter. What matters is the divine spark in you. Because the divine spark will set you free. The divine spark will allow you to return to the monad. That's what matters, okay? We're here just to learn spirituality. We're here to learn wisdom through pain and suffering. Then Jacob Frank, okay, then thinks about this and says, well, you know what? If God is forgiving, if God wants us to come here to learn wisdom, why do we have to suffer? Why can't we become kings ourselves? Why can't we break the rules of this world, cheat, hack the system, and become kings ourselves? Because isn't that a much more better way to enjoy our time here? Okay? And so what he will do is he will teach his philosophy, this religion, to his followers, and he will also train and teach his followers on how to master this world, how to conquer this world. Okay? So we will look at his teachings. Alright, so we know what he says because a lot of things he said were written down by his followers in Polish. And we are now going to read a translation by Harris Linowitz from the University of Utah, okay? These are his words. But what's important to keep in mind is that these are words just for the public, okay? So we don't actually have access to his secret, mystical, magical teachings, the Kabbalah, okay? And think of what his teachings almost like the Prince. It's a guide on how to conquer the world. And in fact, the Frankists will go on to conquer the world, okay? So we're going to study his mentality, okay, his teachings. And I'm telling you right now that he's a brilliant teacher. And the reason why is that he's going to teach religion, teach ideas through telling stories. He's a storyteller. And the power of stories is that they're like seeds that embed in your mind and they grow over time. They become like oak trees, these massive trees that shape the way you see reality and the way you see yourself. Okay? So stories are the most powerful mechanisms of education in the world. Okay? So, Alan, can you read the story, please?
Yeah. One Saturday I went outside the city and there brought myself some oranges and having a penknife on me, peeled them. A learned Jewish scholar came, along with his pupils. Why are you doing this? By God, don't you know that today is the Sabbath and you have a knife on you? You are right, I answered. You speak the truth. But why are you, such a learned man, carrying a knife with you? How can that be? Shit, shouted the Jew. It is my habit to bathe on Friday and put on different clothing for the Sabbath. Well, since I said so, reach into your pocket and you will find a knife there for sure. The Jew was stricken by fear when he, having put his hand into the pocket, brought out his own penknife. He cried out in amazement, "You cannot be a man, for if you are a man, then I am an ass." And he began to beg me to come to him, promising all kinds of good things, but I did not want to do it. And in this way, I did similar things wherever I could.
Okay, so certain things that you will notice about the story is, first of all, he has contempt for Jews, okay? A learned Jewish scholar. And what he shows is that it's very easy to trick these people. Why? Because they're learning. Their laws have made them stupid, okay? They're very strict about following the laws, and so they become very ignorant. And what he also shows you is how to control people. You control people by using their own laws against them. Okay? So this man has a very rigid sense of the world. He just said to Jacob Frank, "Hey, you can't use a knife." And then Jacob Frank is like, "Well then, why is there a knife in your pocket?" And so it's just a simple magic trick, right? While he isn't looking, Jacob Frank just puts a knife into his pocket. Okay, it's just sleight of hand, very simple trick. But these sleight of hands, because people are stupid and ignorant, you can use them, you can use these tricks to control and manipulate them, okay? So just because he's able to do this, the learned Jewish scholar is now saying, "Oh, you must be the Messiah. You must be divine. Let me follow you." And Jacob is like, "No, you're too stupid to follow me. Goodbye," okay? All right? So it's a simple story. It's very amusing. It's memorable. So if I would tell you this story, maybe when you're 6 years old, even when you turn 80 years old, you will still remember it. And the story will grow over time. It will shape the way that you see the world. And what you understand is that people are fundamentally stupid and superstitious, and you must take advantage of that. Okay? Take advantage of that. Because why not? All right. Okay. Amber, can you read, please?
Traveling with Zakubowski from Salonika to Poland, there prevailed at that time a pestilence in Podolia. We came to one township where the plague was filling the people, and we lacked food, wine, bread, cheese, etc. Then remembering that from those contaminated with plague, one does not take money, I told him the opposite. You go there, purchase everything, but don't give them money. He did just that. He came to the baker, bargained for bread, put it in a sack, but when he had to pay, the baker fell down and died. He went to the shopkeeper where he bargained for cheese. He put the cheese away and the shopkeeper died. He went on to the store to buy vodka. The same happened with the owner. In a word, just wherever he went, he bought everything without money, because the plague was sweeping the sellers away. Coming back then to me, where I was waiting for him, a rider on horseback knocked him down with his horse. "What are you doing?" shouted Jakubowski. "Are you going to ride right over me?" He didn't even finish saying it when the rider toppled over and fell to the ground. This is how it is. I did all this because it was promised to me that no plague, nothing at all, could get at me. Therefore, all my orders were carried out successfully by the hand of the one whom I signed, and so should you be.
Okay, so his stories can be interpreted both literally and metaphorically. Literally is when people are afraid, you take advantage of their fear. Okay? When people are afraid to buy things, you go buy things. If people see the plague, you see it as an opportunity to make money for yourself. Okay? That's literal. But then the spiritual is, remember Jesus saying that how the world is a corpse. And if you see it as a corpse, you can stand above people. Okay? And what Jacob Frank is saying, if you see the world as a corpse, you can do whatever you want. You can take advantage of people. Okay? As long as you believe that I'm above you, okay? You're a dead body. I can take everything from you. You will always triumph. So this is the idea of justification by sin. How do you know you truly believe in God? By breaking the laws of man. By breaking the conventions of man. Because it's these conventions of man, this morality, these laws that keep you back, okay? What matters is your relationship with God. You have true faith. You can do whatever you want. You can conquer the world. And God will let you because you have faith in God. All right?